Today we're in Corsicana to get this blocked in. These cars are driving by. So we're gonna mix up some dark here. Just gonna kind of sketch it out. So my main interest is basically this, so I'm going to feed off of that and probably put it pretty big. I'm thinking from here to the telephone pole. And then we're gonna it's gonna kind of go inward a little. This is gonna be about here. Highlight. This is going to go all the way up. Just straight on up. Like so. There's going to be, this is the low part. And boom, there's another awning right about here. And this part right here is going to be the greenery. And just like so. And we're going to go. That's a hard line right there. There's a truck here. I'm sure these trucks are just going to end up moving at some point. Let's see, this truck is right about here. This telephone pole goes up to there. This telephone pole goes down to about so I'm gonna make these are going to be stairs, some stairs going down. And there's a brick wall that comes up. This brick wall goes to about here. Is that looking about right? This truck. There's something dark right about here. Not sure what that is. It goes down to here. And there's some other darkish areas within. This is a telephone pole. There's another telephone pole that goes right about here. Yeah, these cobble streets, kind of cool. You can hear them. Yeah, the traffic go over it. Okay, boom, boom, boom. I'm going to try to put this truck in. This truck is pretty dark. Cab part goes here. It doesn't really go out too far. Go a little lower. About there. Boom, boom, boom. This is going to go off about there. Just going to follow that line there. Little dog leg there. Let's go ahead and get the tree line. I'm going to leave this other telephone pole out. There's another telephone pole here. I'm just going to leave it out. Then no need to put it in. There's another gray looking truck here. So he's like right there getting ready to pull around. Just going to put him in there. Just like so. And then there's a shadow. The shadow doesn't go all the way over. Goes to about there. And this shadow is going to go here, and then it's going to make a dog leg off and trail right off. Okay, so we basically got almost all of it blocked in. We're going to come in here. There's a building there. Like that. There's another tree. Pretty much goes like this. Some darker spaces there. This goes here. And like so. I think that's cool. And then we'll put a red light right there. Alright, so it's all blocked in. Let's go ahead and start filling in some color. I'm going to try to get in the darks first, especially the truck here. It's pretty dark, so get some black going here. Mostly dark on the left side. The wheels are what's the darkest. Okay, then we go to a bluer. Try to let that blue shine a little bit more. This blue goes right in here for the car between here. And there's a right there. It's going to be highlighted. So then some red. There's another truck here. kind of that in. Let's get some. We'll go back to the blue, go back to the brown. I'll try to maybe go a little girl. We'll go into the tail, basically the back end. Oh, it's so funny hearing those cars over the cobblestones. See the cobblestones? I mean bricks. They're basically bricks. A little darker. A little more red. This one's got red mixture. Boom, boom, boom. Maybe I like. A little more color on it. Okay, still a little more dark. Try to get this this cab goes up. Tailgate goes up a little bit more. And then go back into the gray mixture. Just need to make this gray. Let's make this a little bit darker. And then the underside. Underside. I'm just going to just use a little bit of yellow. Just when it starts to go towards over here, it just lightens up a bit. And I'm going to open it up a little bit more. Oh, hold on. I have to put some medium. A little bit more blue. This is going to be, I guess a little bit, yeah, I think that's about right. Let's just go a little bit lighter with it. I want this to be a decent value change. I got that. Here, sorry. Get this camera up. I'm having to hold it up while I'm painting. All the way across. Use the same color, maybe slightly darker. Still playing in the darks here. I'm gonna go halfway. Boom. A little bit of yellow ochre. Just slowly but surely. Touch of red, a little bit of medium, this is kind of a gray red. You know what? It needs to be a little lighter. There we go. Boom, boom. I could use this with the stairs. A little bit of yellow ochre in that. I have to put some lines in there to indicate the steps. I just want this a little bit lighter. This is about a medium. I think it still needs to be a little bit darker though. Okay. Hello. Blue. It's the same mixture over here. Maybe in the trash can, huh? Don't really want it. Some red. I'm going to squish it a little bit more. A little darker. Okay. Let's go push the brown. Down here, since there's no trash can, I guess we're gonna need to put the trash can because I do kind of like that red, that brown tone coming through the bottom. There, and then we're gonna continue it up with a little bit of a duller red. All the way up. It's going to be darker. Where the telephone pole in the back. I think I will narrow it down some. Well, it does have a little mirror on it. I don't think I put the mirror on. First trucks have mirrors, right? Boom, boom, boom. A little lighter. There's another highlight back here. Just like so. Let's just fill this part in. This is darker down here. Okay, let's get the filling in this. Now I'm just doing this car window here. So okay, let's fill some orange color. This red color. We're coming in and filling in up to here. Darken it up a little bit more. Half. It's gotta go dark. Angle. This other half. Well, this other part here is pretty much dark right there. There's some bits and pieces. So our actual wall is right there. Okay, so that's cool, that's cool. Let's go ahead and start filling in. We can put the gray of this on. I'm going to leave a strip. Get it to flow a little better. We'll do the same for the other one, starting from the bottom. Okay. I think we can go with the same mixture. Why not? Sky's pretty much irrelevant right now because it's going to be the same. Actually, it's changed a little bit. It's actually gotten a little less blue. Alright, so now we got to get into the red zone. Quite a bit of paint here. Let's see where we are. We got a little bit more orange. Yeah, that'll work. We'll start off dark and kind of taper it down a little bit lighter. We'll have one window in here. This window needs to be right here. It goes down to about here. Ready? going to start to lighten it up a little as I go down. So about there. I have to change this tone right here because this tone's a little grayer. Kind of want this to go a little bit more grayer down here. This other right here is going to be lighter in color. I can grab this orange. So if you mix it really good, it'll be okay. I go halfway. Gotta go all the way down to here. And then it's gotta go all the way across. Like so. So let's get brush to go green. Just kind of punching it up here. Really want it to go dark. Here. Actually, I kind of like that green. Same time, I'm gonna go in this section. Taper that there. This over here is brighter green from like here to loop in here is a little bit brighter green. I'm gonna go same color right here. Float it on the top more. Get a little more blue, a little more green, a little bit of brown. Just gonna make this part a little darker. Same thing for here, over there, and a little darker. Okay, that's our green. I need to go a little bit this is just showing up darker, but This just has a different tone to it, this tree. And I'm just going to lighten that up. A little more yellow. And the furthest one is just has more yellow. Maybe a little more actually. The bottom side. Boom, like that. Now we gotta fill in. This is the tougher part, is filling in these. Looking good. Same mixture. Actually, I can blow it up a little bit more. There's some like really light grays in here. A little bit of a red. Just a tiny touch. A little bit of blue. At this point I need to simplify, so although there's a lot of different bits and pieces within this shape, I might come back and cut into it. Gray. A little more yellow ochre. Put a, like a, what is an awning? Just using some simple tones here. There's a car here. There we go. There's a tree trunk. Like so. Now we just gotta fill this area in. still see. Awning's the same color. No, it actually has a red tone too. Really, it's kind of a reddish purple. Good there. Then we're gonna make some darks down in here for the building. Darks for the windows. Going underneath the awning with a lot more of a darker dark. Yeah. Same color, but see a person right here. Some other people to kind of show up. We're diving into this part. Let this part in here. Alright, next up on the agenda would be a light gray. Maybe light purple, light blue, purple gray. Right in here. Some like paper looking stuff. And I can use the same color for the sidewalk concrete. Next up is a bright green, since I'm good about using the same brush. Using a lot of this blue here. This is probably the only green I really need. I'm gonna just totally put this in. Now I need to change my brush. We're almost done. I need to clean the palette. Hold on. Oh, just painting a street scene.
Nice.
Just kind of slowly getting it in a little bit by a little bit.
Thank you.
Yep. Alright, let's see. Let's get a light yellow ochre. A little bit of blue. A little bit of this blue. More white. A little more yellow ochre. This is a sidewalk. We'll do a test. Looks good. Maybe makes the shadow a little. Oh, we're gonna have to come back in. Let's go ahead and fill this in. This is like one of those cheapo brushes, but it does this thing. Good for chunking on paint, just like so. Get a medium here. There we go. I could either cut into this brown or not. Choose not. I could always come back and put the brown in to make the pole flatter towards the bottom. That's that. Now we need a slightly darker gray. I'll float around in the blue zone here. That's fine with me. This is like this concrete cutter type thing. And a red. Get in the black zone, get back in the red. This is going to be easy. Whoa. Let's test this out. I think a little lighter. It's a tough one to get out here in the sunlight, but I think it's good. Yep. Got this out. I'm going to kind of carry it out here a little bit more, but I want to lighten it up a little bit. This is just a different angle. Just going to keep mixing white into it. Alright, so now we need to fix this car over here. Let's see. Trying to look at that car. That car has got some nice blues going into it. They do go. do this sign right over here. Here's a peek of what it looks like right now. Let's do the sign. Probably use the same blue. I'll just fill it all in. I need to make this wall pop out a little bit more, so I'm gonna switch my brush. Over here, get a nice one over here. Just need some lighter reds, oranges. See what this looks like. Okay, yeah, I think I want it a little bit more. I'm gonna push it right. Well, I might not be able to see this too well, but hopefully it'll come out good. Smooth this out. Probably need to adjust. This is going a little more light. I'm really going to dive into this orange. There we go. Just don't have to say that it is brick. And even more for a room effect here. Yellow ochre. Just gonna rim this out. And then fill in the centers. Hopefully y'all can see this. This as a highlight. There's a road there. I think it really does need to be lighter than that. Ooh, it's such a tough one. That's good. this car over here. Trying to find a car that, let's see, it's just going to be a slider. So get some of this out. Basically using white. First I have to fix the wheels. Just gonna cut a little bit here. Let's do the wheels now. I don't know if I call that a truck or not, but you know, sometimes these things take on different shapes and you just go with it. I think it's like an SUV. Okay, we still need to work on that one. Actually, I think I know what's wrong with it. There we go. Then we need to add some orange to the background. Let's see, let's get this yellow, this orange mix, and then white. There. There's some little bits of pieces of buildings back in here. That can go a different shade. Just using some other colors to kind of fill in here. Within the gray. Some like little sky holes. Let's make our trunks go down here. There's one telephone pole that I missed. That is this one right here. It does start up here. I think I'll worry about that one later. Let's get this other card right here filled in. Get some of this blue, white. Clean my brush sign off. I haven't got the sky in. Usually I do sky first. At this point it just wasn't even necessary. Smooth out some of these transitions. And then paint in some of the lines with an off-white. Actually, the blue would actually look just fine. See if I can square this wheel.
Do you think Corsicana?
Let's get the sidewalk. These steps in. There's a ladder part in here. Just gonna use this to my advantage. Is there any other parts in here? Maybe some verticals. Oh, we got the window over here. Yeah, it's gotta go dark. Dark moon. little darker underneath there. Some of this green. This gray. Not quite enough. Just a little bit more medium. There's the one in the back. Actually, I wouldn't mind this a little bit more light. Okay, so what else do I need? Fill some of these whites and just a tad. Some oranges in. This is a really, really high red. Ooh, there's something else over here, like a cone of some sort. It's a little bit darker on the side. Just gonna lighten this room right here a little bit. This is in the same color. I'm just gonna go ahead and do the steps. That automatically created some lines, a little bit darker under here. How about a really, really dark green? Good. Now for the blue of the sky, I'm gonna change blushes. A big one. Let me go ahead and clean off the palette. Alright, so we're almost done. You can see the painting, and that's the scene. So basically the sky goes dark to light at this point. That's what it's doing. And I want this sky to be really, really light. But still show a nice pure blue. I really got to use a lot of white here. Start filling in. I'm gonna save the edges for last. That way I don't muck up my nice blue that I just made. I go very carefully. Not even using any medium on this. Just straight up paint. You can see, hopefully. You have to pay attention. I keep dropping the camera. String. Got cobwebs on the painting already. Been sitting here watching paint dry so long. And today's Halloween too, so got some spooky stuff going on. A little bit of medium. I think at this point I'm not even going to worry about changing the color of the value. It really does not change that much. There's no clouds today. I don't think I really need any clouds. I think it's just going to take away from the painting. I think the most of it that I can cover without really getting close. Now we gotta get close. I think I'm gonna start one stroke. Trick is having enough paint on the brush. I'm literally going to follow this curvy trunk here as the telephone pole. And it gives the character I'm going to go all the way up with this one. Same thing on this side. As close as I can get it. Oop, now what? Watch it. Watch it. I'm not sure about this curly thing here. I think I'm going to take it out. I think it's too much of a center of attention. I'm going to work my way around. Just push the brush in and walk it on down. Whoops. Just like there. And then there. This painting definitely shows the brush strokes. This is very minimum way of painting. I think I might even just leave this sign out right there. Yeah, I think so. Well, okay, so now we gotta fix this car over here. Bumper. Just gonna give it a license plate. I gotta give some tail lights to some. Well, actually, I need to redo or reinforce the shadow. That's looking good. Not bad for a free-form car. Now I just need to get probably the roof line. Just a touch of this yellow ochre. Says over a little bit more. Okay, what else can I do? There's one person over there taking a smoke break. Let's see if I can get her in. Alright. Gonna get big. Oh my gosh, I'm running thin. Running thin on the black. Okay. From here to here. The shoulder. Oh gosh. I think I got to get some more blue. We're going to try to put the lady in black. Added more blue, more brown. How she moves, but I think I can get the rest of the form. She had an apron on. I don't know if I'll be able to get to this apron. And then this brush. To try and get orange of the skin. There you go. Okay, here we go. Someone orange. There's someone out there walking around with a pumpkin shirt on. Tail lights. Okay. And these are much more. Oh, I gotta square up the telephone pole. And then so nice little 16 by 20 is coming along pretty good. Just gonna fill the sky hole. And there's another sky hole. There. And then there's I'm trying not to draw too much attention to that area. I might already have. There's one sky hole here. I think that's it. Let's go ahead and sign this thing. Oh, wait a minute. I need to fill in this section. Alright. Touch the yellow ochre. I've got a light gray. I'll put the line. That is a curve. There's one there. And there is one here. This one was splitting really well. I'm going to go like that. I'm going to put a rim light, a little kind of reflection going on. Highlight. looks good. We can add. I was gonna add. Yeah, I forgot the one thing I was wanting to add over here. Stoplight. That's about it. Didn't take much. Let's put some reflection like windows. There. There's one there. That's it. It's done. Let's go to the sign. Put it over here in the green. Actually, I need to get a better brush in that one. This is too thick. Alright. Let's do this again. Forgot to wear my gloves. Well, actually, I forgot to bring them, actually. Never forget to bring your gloves. There you go. It was done. Nice painting. Let me put that down. That's the painting, that's the scene. Thank you for watching. And here's the finished painting. This one was pretty easy going, even though it had a lot of stuff in it. The cars were not too bad as long as that black truck didn't move. Like one of the earlier paintings I did a painting in Austin with a truck as the main interest, and it was about to move about like literally 5 or 10 seconds into starting the painting. So luckily nothing really moved here. I mean, the black truck did eventually move, but I pretty much had all the information I really needed. And the right one was pretty much just kind of getting it right, correct. And that's about it. And putting in a couple of people here and there. I did a few touch-ups along the edges to kind of clean up, because it does pop into a floater frame, and that black outline will just show. We'll draw your interest to anything that's kind of white touching the edge. It's not supposed to be white. But yeah, it was a very fun painting. Very sunny out there. I was thinking of, I originally was going to paint the railroad track, but saw this scene instead, and I thought it would be more fun to do, had a little bit more color to it. But I do have the railroad scene in mind because there's two sections. There's one that's looking down the railroad one way and one looking the other way, and some around that area is kind of pretty cool. But this wasn't too far. It was actually right down the road from the place that I was thinking of painting. But this was just really convenient to pull in, park, and set up to paint. And yeah, a lot of fun. 16 by 20. Trying to keep all the shapes filled in and the values. I just made a couple minor adjustments by memory. The middle furthest tree in the background, you can tell that I lightened it up a little bit more because it had more color. And the tree that's kind of over towards where the white Suburban looking car, adjusted some of the whites in that area that were kind of poking out, because this whole panel was white, so a lot of the areas are I have to go in and kind of move them around to kind of cover them up. But leaving the panel white like that kind of helps make it more vibrant, more light. If you tend to put a tone on the canvas, I've done that plenty of times. I mean, that's great. That does help, but try it this way if you're an artist. Go out there and just paint on just the white panel. You might be surprised. You might have to fill in some sections, but it does help. But anyway, thank you for watching. I hope to see you in the next video and see some more paintings.